playing lockdown and half guard and playing rubber guard is the battle of the knee, my right knee. If my right knee isn't at least right here, I can't play rubber guard. I gotta go back. He's not gonna let my knee, if he had head and arm here, he's not gonna let me pull my knee out. Right now the whole, his passing depends on his ability to pull out his right knee, and my transition to rubber guard is all dependent on my ability to pull out my right knee. The battle, this is what I call the battle of the knee. If he wins the battle of the knee, so he pulls out his right knee, now I'm in big trouble. Because we're in quarter guard, which is a great position if I have an underhook, but if I don't have an underhook, it's not a good position for me. He might pass, depending on several things. Like one, for instance, if I wasn't wearing these beautiful cotton or hemp pants, and I was just wearing board shorts and had greasy legs, and I just shaved my legs or something, and put some cocoa butter on them, that quarter guard is going to be nothing. His greasy foot is just going to slip right through my greasy knees. Some people like mixing grease, I don't. That's why I wear these pants. I don't want to mix no grease. So, and it makes your quarter guard, pants make your quarter guard 50% strong. Very hard to pull out. And that makes all the difference in the world. He couldn't get that foot out. As long as I have that foot trapped between my knees, I got game. You understand? That's why I wear pants. So, you saw what happened when he pulled out his right knee, but he's squeezing his knees together. He's not going to let me pull my right knee out, but I switch from a lockdown to a super stomp here, and we battle single-legged mermaid. I pull out my knee, he backs up. He has to. My knee's out. Whole different ball game now. You understand? I got my right knee out. I get my right knee out, even though he had the underhook. That underhook's it's gonna be his downfall if I get my right knee out. It's all about that knee.
Them knees.
Huh?
Them knees.
Once you fully understand what's going on, I get my right knee out, I can play rubber guard. He's in big trouble. I'm gonna fire, I'm gonna flip, he's gonna be on defense. Just because I got my right knee out. He gets his right knee out without letting me get my right knee out, I'm on defense. He's in quarter guard, he's got the underhook, he's got a good solid head and arm control. He's probably gonna pass my guard. I'm in trouble now. I'm on defense. I might not recover depending on what kind of side control this guy's got. What kind of offensive firepower he has from side control. It may be over. At that point, if Jean-Jacques did that to me, my only hope to survive is that he doesn't pass my guard. Once he passes my guard,
You're screwed.
Having a death-like side control is huge. Everybody needs that. You want the kind of side control where you pass, your opponent's like, man, I might not recover. Or it's going to take at least 3 minutes to recover. This guy's side control is just heavy as hell. Everybody needs that side control, right? So it becomes super important to understand what's going on with the knees. Some people just, in the beginning, it's really, really hard to understand. High level, you watch a high level black belt matches with the Brazilians. It's all about who. It's like the knee line. It's like leg locks. Who's controlling that knee line? Can I pull my knee out? If I pull my knee out, it's a whole different game. If I can't pull my knee out, I'm kind of stuck here. But if I pull that right leg out, this one's already out. But once I come here, bam, it's a whole different game. We're gonna fire, we're gonna flip. Now he's in big trouble. Just because I won the battle of the knee. He ain't gonna survive this. Just because I pulled out my knee. If the guy on top has head and arm, 100% he's going to be squeezing his legs together. 100%. If he understands the game. Because that head and arm means nothing. If he can pull his knee out, it means nothing. It's his downfall. If he holds on to it, right here, he's good. He's really good right here. But if I pull out my right, if I win this pool and he holds on, he's in big trouble. It's easy sweep. If he holds on, he's going to let go and retreat. he realizes, oh, I lost the battle of the knee. He pulled his knee out. I better let go and try to limp arm out of this and reset. Yeah, he gained a little position. I went backwards a little bit, but at least I limp arm. And this is what I mean here. If he doesn't retreat and limp arm once my right knee is out, boom. If he does that now, he's good. He went backwards, but at least I don't have a body clinch on him. He's not in trouble. But since once my knee came out, I knew he was going to back up, so that pimp arm turns into the underhook, and I sit up with him. He tried to back out. He tried to limp arm, but I caught him. That's the catch. That's huge. This position right here, I got 2 seconds to make something happen. I can't control him forever here. So the most important thing here would be to hit him with a flying kung fu. Once we're right here, he's in big trouble. But you need flexibility for that. So the next best thing is to fire and then flip. That's an extra step. As opposed to all at once, boom, right here. This is the best one. He's in big trouble now. He may not make it. Just for one little flying kung fu, because I won the battle of the knee. He retreated. We were in head and arm. He had head and arm. He was in great shape. But we turned that into flying kung fu. We turned that into a fire and flip, second best. Flying kung fu is the best. You understand? So now that came from half guard. And a terrible position in half guard. I didn't even have the underhook. But I turned that boom. That's why F1 and F2, that was the beginning of F1 and F2. It's so important to understand. That's high level stuff. The battle, you gotta be able to explain that. Otherwise, you'll be like a lot of jiu-jitsu players that don't even play the top half position. Like, he's like, I mean, this is not top half here. I gotta do a lot of work here to pass the guard. This is the shield. That could take a while, depending on who it is. This shield is everything. But if he decides to give, or I get past the shield somehow, and now the shield's behind, I'm gonna get in here, and I'm gonna be right here. Or, I get past the shield, I'm gonna be right here. We got through that, now we're in top half. So immediately when I get in top half, I'm squeezing my legs together. Because if I'm in top half and my knees are open, I'm in trouble. I gotta back now, I'm in trouble. He won the battle of the knee. Gotta understand that, or that part of the game, the inside game, you haven't passed yet, you're in top half, you're half past. That game doesn't even exist in most people's game. It's either they pass all at once, or they don't pass at all. Can't get past the shield. I don't understand what getting past that shield is. A lot of people like to pass all at once or not at all. They have a chance to stuff up. They have a chance to pass halfway, but they back up. Like, dude, you could have passed halfway, but all or nothing. You gotta understand what's going on with it. Now, when he's holding head and arm, he's gonna squeeze his knees together, for sure. He's got the underarm. I'm on the bottom, I don't have the underarm. He's gonna squeeze his legs together. If he doesn't squeeze his legs together and keep my leg trapped, I'm gonna pull it out. He's in big trouble. All right? So it's the same exact thing when you're fighting in rubber guard and 3/4 rubber guard. 3/4 rubber guard, totally different than full rubber guard. This is 3/4 rubber guard here, or here, the jersey. Okay, go. Now, full rubber guard, different game. Different game. For me, in full rubber guard, if you have long legs, you just try to set up a dead orchard. A lot of people just go mission control and try to set up a dead orchard. You know what I mean? Me, I'm Mexican, my legs are too short, so I gotta do a Mexican dead orchard.
And I'm American.
What was that?
And I'm American.
Jeez, you need an American dead orchard. Mexican dead orchard is, it's also known as the Chinese dead orchard. You got to break everything off piece by piece, inch by inch. I need his body in a perfect spot to get my Mexican short legs into a triangle position with both his arms. So I gotta go to invisible collar. I gotta go to muddy waters. I gotta do all these extra steps. My legs are too short. And some of you guys, you just go mission control, and you're just trying with your legs off mission control. I think that's the most popular rubber guard transition in the game. You just see it on Instagram every day. Another dead orchard. Hashtag dead orchard. Oh my God. There's dead orchards everywhere. But not everybody can do that. And the guys that can do that, you can do that on bigger guys. Eventually there's going to be there's a point where you can't just go mission control and triangle your legs. At a certain point. You understand? Unless you're 6'7", you're white. And you can just triangle over everybody. But that's not everybody. Alright, so my point here is if I'm playing full guard, I'm gonna try to go to invisible collar first. That's through invisible crackhead here. Boom. And then I'm gonna try to squash and squeeze and pull this arm. Then I high double bag and push this in. Boom, boom. Now his body's in a perfect position for me to hit it. Now I can hit it down orchard. Look at that. Boom. I had to do a lot of extra stuff. And it all begins with getting him to invisible collar and just breaking him off there. Fixing everything up, and then everything's ready, just ready to go for a dead orchard through muddy waters. All right, so, but that's not what we're working on today. We're working on 3/4 rubber guard here. Same thing. If I'm right here, I'm in a meat hook situation. The same thing. It's all about the battle of the knee. I already won the battle of the knee here. That's why I'm able to play rubber guard. But he could stuff my knee. If he stuffs my knee, boom, right here, now I'm in trouble. I need to recognize I'm in trouble. And what I would do here, if I couldn't get this knee out, I would, all at once, you block this hand, you try to get a lockdown, and then you swing this over here, boom. All in one motion. Once I recognized it, then he just stuffed my knee. I won the battle of the knee, but his whole goal in meat hook is to stuff that knee like it's Thanksgiving. You understand? That's where the battle is. It's gonna stuff that knee. If you don't understand that's what it's all about right there in meat hook. You are gonna get your guard pass, and you might not even know why. You're like, you know what? It just didn't work out. Had some rubber guard, passed my guard, and if you don't understand it, you can't improve upon it. The reason why generally is the guy stuffed your knee. He leapfrogged over your knee. He leapfrogged over your knee. 3/4 rubber guard. You're playing meat hook. That's the whole battle. There's a push-pull battle here. So since I'm here and he's trying to stuff my knee, what I'm going to try to do is the hand that he needs to stuff that knee, I'm going to attack it and push it while I'm pulling out my knee. Pull out my right knee. He wants to push it back, so I need it out. So I'm going to push and then pull. Push, pull. If I don't push, pull, and I let him just stuff that knee, boom. If a lot of people just hold on, then he starts driving his knee. The people hold on and don't drive his knee, like driving, like boom, right here. And they're just still hold on to that rubber guard. And they won't recognize that you should have aborted. So again, I'm here. He stuffs that knee. I can't get it back. He squeezes his knees together. Boom, I'm just holding on. Then guys will switch here, and then he'll drive his knee to knee slice. Boom, and just hold on, and he keeps going, and you still hold on. You still see this. And they're just holding on. And then they let go. Am I making sense? Yeah. You have to recognize when to abort and when not to abort. And you have to have options. As soon as the rubber guard starts failing, if you have a solid half guard game, if you're electric chairing guys on the regular, you just got to have that ready to go and realize when to jump on it and be, not even be mad about that your rubber guard got. Like, it doesn't work all the time. Nothing works all the time. And as soon as you accept that and understand that and roll with it, know this stuff's gonna fail, but as long as you have a backup plan, like if your half guard fails, you're in there and you got half guard, and electric chair ain't happening. And this guy wrestled right at Penn State. And you're gonna try to go to dog fight with this guy? You were playing badminton in high school. You're gonna go dog fight with this guy? Your half guard's gonna fail. Half guard don't work on everybody. Electric chairs don't work on everybody. Electric chairs are high percentage though, but if you got ankle sleeves. So you got to go back and forth. That's very important to have a solid dog fight, electric chair, electric stove, reverse lockdown game, huge. And then at any moment, you can jump up to a homing control and change the whole game, just like that. Boom. Homing control takes you to the back, takes you to a gift wrap. Gift wrap is just like a seatbelt. Fight's probably over if you got a high-level Marcelo-like back game, which so many people today do now. Anytime you're in a meat hook position, there should always be a push-pull battle. The main goal would be to grab this hand or this wrist and push it here and try to get your leg out. So the meat hook, we're setting up for a triangle. But really, we're stopping the pass. Got to understand that the setup for the triangle stops the pass. And sometimes you're using the setup for the triangle to stop the pass, and that's the main mission, is to stop the pass. Right here, I'm in trouble right here. This meat hook means nothing if he stuffs that knee. All right, I want my knee up here. I want to push his hand or C-cup the inside of his bicep. If I can't control his hand, sometimes his hand's up here. But if I'm up here, I'm good, and I'm pulling this out. There's a push-pull battle going on. If I could grab his wrist, I'm going to push-pull. If I can grab his hand, I'm going to push-pull. I could go on the outside, too. I'm pushing, and I'm pulling my leg out. There's a push-pull battle. Some people go meat hook, and they just leave their leg dangling there. Like, that's going to get past in 1 second. He's going to knee slice. He's going to knee slice, and he's gone. So whether you're playing lockdown and he's got the head and arm, still battle for me. Can you even get to play with rubber guard? But once you get to rubber guard, he's going to try to stuff that knee again. You won the battle of the knee temporarily. Doesn't mean he can't stuff it. Again, it's like, oh, I won. It's good. Or, it's not a tap. You won a little battle. But the main thing he's going to do is try to stuff that knee back and try to win that battle back. Now this is the tight, high-level inside game where dudes are just smashing on each other. And the guy on top is really happy that he got past that shield, and he don't want to deal with that shield no more. Does that make sense? Big difference between dealing with this and dealing with this. Big difference. He's still got my leg, but man, I don't have to deal with that shield. And the best for sure is here. Now this game right here, he totally takes his whole offensive weapons out of the mix. This up. This is my favorite here. Freeman is down, winning the battle with me. If he gets a lockdown in and he can put ooh, I'm in trouble. I better turn around. Then get back here. We got to start over. He won the battle with the knee there. So some guys will turn the twister pass here and not even free the knee. They think they're cool. They think they're fine here. You're in big trouble. My coaching would be free the knee. You gotta always free that knee. My forearm, my hand here, right here, big difference. Battle the knee again. It's the same thing. This is not good, especially if he puts a lockdown in, and then he has arm triangles from here, and I just look at this, and he put it in an arm triangle. There we go. Right here, I'm done now. Lockdown and arm triangle, I'm done. If he's got a professional squeeze. Does that make sense? Still, it's that knee. So as soon as I turn in, as soon as I get past the shield, as I'm turning, I'm clearing that knee. You understand? That is everything. If you turn, if you're here and you just turn, and you didn't clear that knee as you turn, you're in trouble. This is not going to last very long, especially if you have a lockdown. Look at my knee. It's horrible. He's in great shape. Right here, he's not in great shape. He's in horrible shape. That wasn't me. That makes sense? You guys understand? It's a big difference. And in this position, he has absolutely no offense. The only thing on the menu for him is to change this position. There's no submissions here. He could roll me if my balance isn't good, but that's part of changing the position. He just needs to change the position because he has no offense here. In this top half position, he does have offense. If he has a rubber guard and he knows how to win the battle. And he's got a good single-legged mermaid. His super stomp is professional. That left butterfly is super sticky and black belt level. I could be in trouble here. I better make sure I don't lose the battle of the knee. I gotta win the battle. But if he wins the battle of the knee at this point, he wins. I'm gonna retreat, but he caught me. See that? His pimp arm, which is necessary in the battle of the knee, necessary to win the battle. You need that. But you got to know the key is, you got to know when you win, when that pimp arm turns into an underhook, because he will be retreating with limp arm. And that's the catch. F1 and F2, we practice the catch. I caught all those little steps was for that moment where you got caught. Oh, I got 2 seconds to fire on you. Maybe 1. Depending on how greasy and how beastly this guy is in that position right there, which is cocoon. Cocoon means you got an overhook, you got an underhook. What are you waiting for? You got to fire. Either the best thing to do would be that flying kung fu, or next best thing, fire and flip. But the main goal there, the main goal in 3/4 rubber guard, the main goal is to get that leg over his face. Because once that leg is over his face, now he can't win the battle of the knee. It's impossible, virtually impossible to lose the battle of the knee. So once all this right here, this is to keep him from stuffing my knee. I'm trying to set up the triangle, even though it's going to be hard to get my foot out because he could just clinch here. It's going to be hard. A lot of guys will just clinch on the foot. And my knee is totally out. Great spot, but I can't get my leg out, which is probably going to happen, and you know it's probably going to happen. That triangle isn't that high percentage, but the setup for that triangle is high percentage. The battle of it, that push-pull battle. It's probably not going to get you the triangle, but he's not passing, and he's not stuffing that knee. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you're just showing him the triangle. You're showing him the setup. The setup is stopping the pass. But you know you're not going to get that triangle. The main thing we're doing that for is to clear the neck. Clear the neck. And the only real reason I'm even battling here in the first place is because I know I can't clear the neck because he's stuffing his head here. I can't clear the neck. It's going to be very hard. So now I'm forced to be here. Push-pull battle. Now he has my ankles. Push-pull battle. He knows I want that triangle. All right? And then boom, bam, now we're here. Now it doesn't matter what he does with this leg. He can pass it to the other side, over here, and it won't matter. Won't matter. Look at my legs. Well, he killed the battle of the knee. But because this leg is in front of his face, it's virtually impossible to pass. So the race in 3/4 rubber guard is to get that leg in front of his face. And that's what a flying kung fu is. Flying kung fu is all in one. I got here, I won the battle of the knee. And I said he tried to retreat with the limp arm. And that's why we go boom, bam. Because once the leg's over the face, he's in trouble now. Every second my leg is behind his neck, there's an opportunity for him to pass. If I don't win this push-pull battle here. I'm trying to do this push-pull battle, right, and he stuffs it, and now he passes. I give him this push-pull battle, he's still grabbing my ankle. He recognizes that this push-pull battle is for a triangle, so he wraps up this ankle. I can just go boom. This is all I wanted right now. Bam, now we're here. All that was because there was a battle in me going on and I understood it and I won that particular battle. Took him to rubber guard, fired on it, got my leg over his face. Win the battle of the knee. Keep the battle of the knee won. And we gotta clear that neck. We gotta get our leg in front of that face. Once the leg is in front of that face, then you can go a lot of different places. Go-go launch, go-go roll, go-go toss, go-go clinch, Hazlet. You're stuck in an omoplata battle, looking for omoplatas rolls, go back in for Hazlet if you want. Carney, legs open up, he stands up. He might roll, you get that sweep. Get that sweep with the pass, with the fishnet. You understand? He rolls off an omoplata, get greedy. Let him roll, get the sweep, get the pass, get the fishnet. See if you can get all three. Because if you do, then you wanted to finish him in rubber guard. You wanted some go-go action. But he was able to roll. He was able to force the Jew claw position, the omoplata position. He was able to force that and roll. And that's what happens a lot. That's one of the most common things that happens in rubber guard. Guy respects it so much, he just wants to force an omoplata roll and just get out of there. And he'll be totally happy with him being on bottom and guard, whatever, as long as he's not caught in a go-go block. That's what a smart guy would do, just roll out, just get out of there. So you gotta control that roll. You gotta control it, turn it into a sweep, pass, fishnet, and then you're good. Does that make sense? That's in the 1-1-2, that's also F. We practice the omoplata roll, sweep, right into a fishnet. That whole series right there, huge. Out of that roll, he's gonna turn right into you. And he'll give you a little window for a fishnet. You put that fishnet in, that means it's a back take. Fishnet is a back take. Why wouldn't you want that? You understand? Or you could just get in, he rolls, you control the roll, omoplata sweep, and then you get into judo side control. And then you do that. I'd rather have a fishnet because that's going to take me to the back. Judo side control is not going to guarantee anything. Does that make sense? So we want to get greedy and all that. So all that comes from winning the battle. Understanding that. Taking the back is always on the menu. Always. Seat belts. We're always chasing seat belts from all different directions. A gift wrap is a seat belt. Same thing.
Just around the head.
Yes, it's going to lead to the back. You got a gift wrap, you got the back. Right? So the back is always number one. That's always number one, no matter what. If you have a choice between rubber guard or the back, what are you going to take? The back, of course. Always. You're never going to bypass the back to play rubber guard unless you're just playing with some newbie and just trying to work on the rubber guard. But if you have to win, you would always take the back instead of rubber guard. That's a no-brainer, all right? So now that you guys understand all that, now you're going to understand why it's important to go from failed half guard situations to prison guard, to homie control. That takes you to gift wraps. And if the gift wrap don't happen, the backup plan is pretty much 100% rubber guard. 100%. You have a guaranteed rubber guard if you're in homie control. If I'm here, guaranteed rubber guard. You can't stop the rubber guard from homie control full guard. No way, because all I gotta do is look boom. You understand? This is rubber guard's always there. He's gonna hold his grip together. Boom. So should I just go right to rubber guard, which is 100% guaranteed, or should I try to get his back? You always try to get his back. And from here, this position is such a strong position here. Because if I understand how to shuck, and this is the hardest part, is it how to truly understand the squeeze needed here and what's actually going on with the body mechanics and the goal of controlling this body. All right? I'm not in full guard, I'm on my side. I mean, technically it's full guard, But the best leg position to shuck, to take a gift, to get a gift wrap is just like this. This is the best position. There's other positions. There's body pyramid, which is in 3/4 guard. Here, this is second best. Body pyramid. Still same goal. Still same goal. Just shuck, squeeze, and gift wrap. And now it's over for him. Unless he's been practicing his EBI overtime and his back defense is sick, it's pretty much over. Regular dudes won't be ready. Only dudes that practice EBI OT on the rec. You understand? You're there every day. You know, dudes on your back, scraping them off. So, but generally, right here, the fight's over. So from a gift wrap, the back take is easy. Boom. So now we're here. What are we gonna do? Move in the truck. All that was just from a little simple homie controlling. And the shuck worked. And I got a gift wrap. And I took his back. So, and if we were here and I couldn't shuck, here, the backup plan, I can't get that gift wrap. I'm like, okay, boom. We'll play rubber guard now. Boom. Bam. Or in this situation, since I was in full guard, I would come here. And we'd be battling here. And it's over right there. Bam. Or we hit him with the Mexican. Boom.
Wait, what? You showed us how, like, what happens if we win the knee war thing, whatever.
Battle of the knee.
Yeah, battle of the knee. What happens if you fail it? Is there, like, anything that you could do from there?
Well, someone's going to fail. You're the guy on the top or the bottom.
No, but
there's always going to be a failure.
No, I mean,
For the guy on the bottom?
Yeah, the guy on the bottom.
Yeah, if you can't win the battle of the knee and you're on the bottom, then you're forced to play half guard. You're forced. You win the battle of the knee and you're on the bottom, now you're playing rubber guard.
Alright.
You can only play rubber guard if you pull your knee out. You win the battle of the knee. If you can't, you're stuck in half guard. Right? So, now the point to all that is, in this position, head and arm, he's going to be squeezing his knees together. Right? So we're playing half guard, but it's going to be very hard for me to get my knee out. I'm going to have a super professional, super stomp, single-legged mermaid battle, overhook and advance. This pimp arm here's got to be strong. Now when he backs up, I catch him. The catch. You got it. Ooh, got him. I got him. Got him. It's like catching that marlin. You got him. Now you got to reel him in now. You caught him real quick. But if you don't have game from the cocoon right there, that overhook is sitting up. If you don't have game from there, it's like you're not going to want to even think about that. All those little pieces. You got to have danger from cocoon. You got to be able to fire and flip. So that's why it's important to just start from cocoon to develop game from here. Either flying kung fu, which some people can do, not all. You need to be able to get into lotus without your hands generally. But the next best thing is fire and flip. Really, it's a race to clear his neck. It's the race to get my leg in front of his face if I'm in 3/4 guard. If I was in full guard, it'd be a race to clear his neck with my forearm to get him in the visible collar. Still a race to clear the neck. 3/4 rubber guard, it's a race to clear with my leg. Flying kung fu's the best. Full guard, it's a race to clear the neck with my forearm, invisible collar. It's always a race to clear the neck. You don't clear it. Every second you spend with the neck not cleared is a second that he has to break open your rubber guard. Posture out of it, smash through it. Does that make sense? It's all about getting that leg over his face or your forearm in front of his face. Clear and get an invisible collar right here. Everything, now you have control of him. Here, with the leg behind his neck and your forearm over here, he's not in good shape. Now with the leg here, he's in bad shape. Or with the forearm here, he's in bad shape. Leg here, bad shape. Here's my leg. Leg here, bad shape. Forearm here, boom. Full guard, 3/4 guard. Full guard, boom, across the ankles. Three-quarter guard. You understand that? That's it. You got to clear neck, win the battle of the knee, maintain the battle of the knee, keep winning it, clear the neck. That's what's on the man. You can write that on the wall.